The iPhone 17 Pro is already shaping up to be one of the most exciting iPhones in years. A brand new report suggests that Apple could be making a major change in design and materials for the iPhone 17 Pro and the iPhone 17 Pro Max. If these leaks turn out to be true, we might see a very different look and feel compared to the current iPhone 16 Pro. Let's break down what's been reported, what's changing, and what it could mean for users. The first big change has to do with the material. Right now, the iPhone 16 Pro and 16 Pro Max are built with titanium. That was a big selling point because titanium is strong, durable, and lighter than the stainless steel Apple used in earlier Pro models. But according to new leaks, Apple may be moving away from titanium and instead using aluminum for the iPhone 17 Pro models. The leak claims that the iPhone 17 Pro will feature aluminum chassis along with an aluminum backplate, but it won't be a fully solid piece of metal. Apple would still need to include a cutout of glass to allow wireless charging to work. This makes sense because wireless charging doesn't function through solid metal, and that's exactly why Apple has kept glass backs on its phones since the iPhone 8. Now, where did this leak come from? Vadim Yuriev, the host of the Max Tech YouTube channel, posted on X, formerly Twitter, about a leaked photo. The image, which originally came from another well-known leaker, Majin Buu, supposedly shows an aluminum chassis for the iPhone 17. The photo reveals that the frame of the phone and even the area surrounding the cameras are all made of metal rather than glass. If this is true, Apple could be bringing back a mostly metal design for the first time in many years. That would definitely be a bold change. Since the iPhone 8, Apple has relied on glass backs not only for wireless charging but also for the glossy, premium look that glass provides. A return to metal could make the iPhone feel different in the hand, sleeker, stronger, and potentially lighter. But of course, it also raises questions about how Apple plans to balance looks with functionality. The glass cutout on the back seems like a smart compromise, allowing MagSafe and wireless charging to remain part of the iPhone experience. Interestingly, Apple wouldn't be the first company to use this design approach. Google did something similar with the Pixel AA, which used a mix of materials while still keeping areas open for wireless charging. Apple could be applying that same idea but in its own unique way. Not everyone is convinced, though. Some tech experts are skeptical about whether Apple will really make the switch. But there are a few strong reasons why aluminum makes sense. Tim Hardwick from Macromers highlighted two key advantages. First, aluminum is about 40% lighter than titanium when compared by volume. That could make the iPhone 17 Pro significantly lighter than the iPhone 16 Pro, which is already easier to hold compared to the old steel models. For users who spend hours on their phone each day, a lighter design would be a very welcome upgrade. Second, aluminum is a much better thermal conductor than titanium. This matters because smartphones today generate a lot of heat, especially high-performance ones like the iPhone Pro series. Recording 4K or 8,000 video, gaming, or running demanding apps all push the phone to its limits. The iPhone 17 Pro is expected to feature the new A19 Pro chip, which will likely be more powerful than ever. Pair that with a large battery, and heat management becomes a big deal. With aluminum, heat could dissipate more quickly, keeping the phone cooler during heavy use. On top of that, there are rumors that Apple may also be working on a new internal cooling system for the iPhone 17 Pro. Reports mention a possible vapor chamber heatsink, a technology commonly found in gaming laptops and flagship Android phones. A vapor chamber spreads heat much more effectively than traditional cooling methods. So if Apple combines aluminum with this kind of cooling system, the iPhone 17 Pro could end up being one of the coolest running iPhones yet, literally. Of course, it's important to remember that these are still leaks and rumors. Apple is famous for keeping design secret until launch, and while parts do leak from time to time, nothing is official until Apple confirms it on stage. The iPhone 17 Pro is expected to launch on September 19, 2025, so there's still about a year before we get the full details. If the aluminum chassis leak is real, though, it could mark a turning point in iPhone design. Apple hasn't used a mostly metal back since the iPhone 7 series. Bringing it back now, in a lighter and more efficient form, would not only give the iPhone 17 Pro a fresh identity, but also solve some practical problems like weight and heat. At the end of the day, Apple always tries to strike a balance between style, performance, and user experience. Whether this particular leak turns out to be accurate or not, one thing is certain: the iPhone 17 Pro lineup will bring noticeable changes that set it apart from the iPhone 16 series. And as always, Apple, fans will be paying close attention to see just how big those changes really are when the time comes.